Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Red. Today we got a dungeon, which is really all I can say about this episode. It's just a dungeon, so we're gonna go straight to the casino because that's where the dungeons usually are. I don't know why I'm calling all these dungeons. I don't normally call them dungeons like any other time I do a Pokemon playthrough. I always just call it by its actual name, like Team Rocket Hideout. But yeah, we talked to this guy who's just looking at a poster. Maybe that's how I figured out how to do this, because, like, I'm just like, how did I, like, figure out there was, like, a dungeon here? But, I mean, like, there's Team Rocket members all throughout the city, and maybe if you talk to them, they give you clues about the hideout. But yeah, this guy's just looking at a poster in the casino, and, like, you know, kids just love gambling and stuff. I mean, I didn't really like the casino in the Pokemon games until, like, the Heart Gold and Soul Silver remakes, because, like, okay, this game is just like a 3-slot machine, and, like, the odds of winning, I mean, they're always low. I mean, I understand why people don't gamble. It's because, like, you lose more times than you win, and if you do win, you don't really get your money back because you lost so much in the first place. But yeah, I mean, this slot machine stuff, it's kind of stupid. I mean, you can win, like, pretty easily, like, if you get a win and then you keep mashing the A button. At least I know that works on Fire Red. Like, I was trying to get Porygon because that was back in, like, when I was playing Diamond and trying to fill out the Pokedex as much as I could. And I think the only way to get a Porygon before... I don't remember if you can get a Porygon easily in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, or if that's also, like, do the casino a shit ton. But I know in, like, Soul Silver, or not, goddammit, Fire Red, like, we were doing a garage sale, which we never do garage sales at my house. Like, I think as long as I've been alive, our family's only done, like, 2 garage sales. And the last one was when I was playing fucking Fire Red to get Porygon. And that was, like, when I was in, like, 5th or 6th grade. So that was, like, about 8 years ago. So yeah, we don't do garage sales. But we like to hoard stuff. I mean, like, we've been using, like, Goodwill as, like, a source to get rid of stuff, because you can just donate anything there. Because, like, when my grandma passed away, like, I wasn't part of the cleaning up crew, because, like, I still had school and work and stuff, and, like, I don't know if I would have, like, wanted to, like, rummage through everything. I feel like I would have, just, like, for memories and, like, one last visit to her house, but, like, from what I know, like, they threw away a lot of stuff, and then they, like, donated a lot, or, like, a lot of the clothes to Goodwill. And, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about, like, getting rid of stuff, because, like, I say my parents are hoarders, because, like, they like to buy antiques and shit. Like, they like to buy me clothes when I don't need clothes. Like, my parents are still buying me clothes, which, I mean, like, that's totally cool, but, like, when I say I have enough shorts, they buy me shorts. Like, my dresser cannot hold any more shorts. I have a pile of, like, just, like, random, like, jeans and, like, dress pants and shirts that are way too thin that, like, I just won't wear. It's in a giant mountain stack on my dresser, and, like, I can tell you the last time I wore anything on that pile, which was, like, 5 years ago. In fact, I doubt I've worn anything but, like, 1 pair of jeans, because, like, I mentioned this, I don't wear jeans ever. I have, like, multiple packs of socks that are still in the packaging, and my mom still buys me socks, like, every year, as if I, like, I think sometimes, like, if I have, like, holes in my socks, then, like, she'll find them and just, like, throw them away. And then, like, secretly hide a new, like, thing, like, pair of socks in my dresser. But, like, here's me admitting I don't do the laundry. Like, my mom is trying to, like, get me to grow up. And, like, I don't know if I went on this tangent already, but, like, she's like, oh, you gotta learn how to get food, Ryan. You gotta learn how to get food. Like, so, that means learn how to do grocery shopping, which I can fucking do. I go with my parents grocery shopping, like, most Saturday mornings, unless I have, like, a Saturday morning work shift. Otherwise, I'm going to, like, both grocery stores every Saturday morning with them. And, like, okay, I get, like, maybe you want me to learn how to, like, make a grocery list, but that's not what she's saying. She's saying, like, buy your own food, not fucking, like, figure out what food you need to buy. Like, And, like, shouldn't cooking be on the to-do list? Because I barely even cook. Like, I make popcorn, I put fucking, like, potatoes and chicken and shit in the toaster oven, and I put pizza in the oven. And I make cereal. Like, maybe I should learn how to cook. I don't fucking know, but... And then she thinks I should, like, learn how to use a drive-thru window. Okay, so, like, I need to have my glasses on if I need to, like, read the drive-thru menus, or just, like, menus at fast food places, because, like, I can't read, like, small font from far away. Like, that's just how my eyes are. Like, I think it's because I rub my eyes way too often, because... I don't know. I get itchy very frequently. I don't think that's, like, any skin condition that I should be worried about. I itch myself, and when I'm nervous and I'm not even itchy, I itch myself. I mean, yeah, that's just me. But, like, you should learn how to use the fast food window. Like, when do we even get fast food? When has my family ever gone and gotten fast food? Like, sometimes when we go camping, we'll get, like, McDonald's once. And so that's, like, only once a year. And, like, sometimes they'll treat me to, like, Taco Bell. And it's like, I get the same thing every fucking time. Like, you don't have to, like, worry about me, like, trying to read fucking menus. Like, and, like, I buy my own stuff. Like, yo, maybe Ryan doesn't know how to, like, exchange currency for goods and services. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I work at a store that exchanges goods in exchange, like, for fucking money. Like, I don't get my mom sometimes. Like, she's trying to, like, kick me out of the nest, but, like, she wants me to live here still. Like, I don't know. Like, and then, like, man, I could go on a rant about my mom. Like, I love her to death, but, like, I think we all have, like, that family member that just, like, is so, like, extra and, like, nurturing that, like, by keeping us so close, you make us want to be further away or something. But, yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting to go on that tangent. But last episode I was talking about, fucking, god damn it, like, Survivor buff auction. Yeah. So, like, I got, like, to the first half of the story, but we're just gonna retell it, because I have 20 plus minutes to tell this time. And, like, it's like, okay, I collect Survivor buffs, because, like, I think Survivor is a really good show. And, like, so there was an auction on the Shop Goodwill, the Goodwill auction site. I went full circle with the Goodwill stuff here, but, like, they had, like, a lot of 8 Survivor buffs, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So, like, the value of all of those buffs is probably, like, a couple $100. And so, like, I put in, like, 40 for, like, the first, like, until someone would go ahead of me, then I'm like, okay, cool, I'll, like, bump it up to 80 or something. And, like, I don't want to spend, like, $200 just because, like, having Survivor memorabilia is nice and all, but, like, it's $200 I could spend on, like, gas money, or drive-through food, or, like, video games that I actually want to do. Like, I'm not going to wear the buffs, like, every day. Like, I have, like, 9 buffs in my collection right now, and, like, I only wear, like, 2 of them at a time, or anything. Like, I have one from, like, 2 years ago, and, like, I don't really wear it too often anymore, because it's just, like, from 5 seasons ago. So it's, like, if I get 8 from, like, seasons, like, I haven't even seen, like, some of those seasons yet. It's, like, I don't know, I'd like, the first season buff, and, like, I know, like, they had one from, like, season 7 and 8, and both of those are, like, pretty expensive, but, like, 2 through 5, it's, like, yeah, I don't really care if I get those buffs or not. But, I mean, just, like, the value of it, like, was, I guess, more enticing to me, but, like, so I had it, like, at 40 or something, and then, or I think I bumped it up to 60 at one point, and then I'm at work when the auction ends, which is, like, fucking awful, right? And so I was, like, planning on taking my break, like, as the auction was gonna end, and then, so, like, we only had one guy in the registers that day that it ended, because it was a slow night, and, like, we didn't have any coupons and shit to, like, make us need to have 2 people closing on one side. And so this guy's taking this half-hour break, and I'm like, cool, like, when he gets back, like, I'll be on my break, and, like, during, like, the last 3 minutes of my break will be when the auction ends. So, like, it works out perfect. And then the guy just doesn't show up. Like, he's on his break for, like, 50 minutes. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So, like, I probably shouldn't be mentioning this. I mean, like, there's people that go on their phones, like, like, I guess I'll talk about the guy that won his phone later if I can remember that. But, like, so, like, I just pull out my phone, or my iPod Touch, or being specific here, because, like, it's, like, so not busy. Like, for 20 minutes straight, there's no customers, and I know that because after, like, if you go 20 minutes without, like, pressing anything on the screen, it will just, like, turn off and log you out. And so, like, yeah, 20 minutes, and, like, so I pull out my iPod, bid up to, like, 90, even though, like, the current price it was at was, like, $45 or something. And so, yeah, 90, and then I check it out once the guy gets off his break and shows up when it's already over, and, like, someone bid up to, like, 91. I don't know what their, like, maximum bid was. If it was, like, $200, like, yeah, they could have had it. But, like, if the guy showed up, maybe I could have, like, done my last second bid for $90 and have won it. But, like, we'll never know, because he didn't show up until, like, way later. So yeah, I'm a bit upset about that. Although, like I said, I probably wouldn't be wearing, like, half of them. It'd be more of just collecting stuff to collect stuff. I mean, like, I don't even use half the amiibos on my amiibo collection. I have, like, 30 plus amiibo. And, like, I use a few for, like, Mario Party 10. And then, like, the Splatoon one I use occasionally. Not really. Like, I collect Pokemon movies. I think I mentioned that. And, like, yeah, those, I don't even watch those, but like, I just collect them for, like, nostalgia purposes and stuff. But then, I guess, like, yeah, let's talk about the guy on his phone. Well, I had to write down a note because I sneezed. But you won't know because I edited it out. But it would just be, like, a bit of awkward silence between me talking about Amiibo and Pokemon movies. Like, we had this one guy, I don't remember his name, so, like, he doesn't have to worry about me, like, snitching on him. But, like, so, you know, like, stores are always hiring people, and, like, before Christmas, you gotta hire a bunch of people for, like, seasonal stuff. Even though most of the seasonal people we hire, we end up keeping them afterwards. Just because, like, people are always quitting our store. Like, I don't think it's that bad, mainly because I've been there a long time. And, like, I know, like, exactly how much they expect, which is, like, it feels like they expect a lot more when you start, but, like, really, they just want you to show up and, like, know how to operate a register and a phone, and how to fold. And, like, hey, there you go, that's all they need. And I got, like, extra rolls and stuff, but that's not the point. But, like, this guy, like, he would just be, like, on his phone while he's helping people at the register, and, like, I was never on the same register as, or, like, so there's two sides of registers, and I would never be on the same side as him if I was ever, like, on registers. So I never got to, like, see how shitty he is. But, like, from what I've heard other people say, like he was just so awful, because, like, he would be on his phone, and then apparently he would, like, kind of, like, talk shit about people's clothes or whatever that they're buying. I'm like, oh, that doesn't look, like, in style. Like, I don't know how much of a critic this guy is, but, like, sometimes, like, he'll say, like, short, like, 2 or 3 liners, and, like, they'll just be, like, kind of mean, kind of condescending, but, like, I'm a mean person, too. I don't know how, like, my voice sounds, like, when I'm in a mean tone, because, like, sometimes my parents will talk to me, and, like, I'll say something, like, really deadpan, but I think, like, the way my deadpan comes out is, like, condescending, so I'm like, man, I hope they don't think, like, man, our kid sucks. Well, I mean, I do suck, but hey, whatever. But yeah, that's just a person that worked at the store who I never really talked to, but, let's see, these stairs here, right? Is this the room? I don't know. Okay, so we're just gonna pause all conversation because, like, I need to explain why this episode takes so long, and we're in the room to do it. Because I believe there's a trainer in the top left corner here. Yeah, okay, this is so stupid. So you beat this guy, and he's, like, talking about, like, the elevator doesn't work, where's the lift key? And, like, this is the only trainer who you fight, and then you have to talk to him afterwards to get the item. Like, he'll give you the lift key if you talk to him. Like, that is so dumb. Like, after this fight, I go around wandering for, like, at least 5, like, between 5 and, like, 8 minutes or so, trying to figure out where I get the lift key. I'm like, I know it's, like, in a Pokeball, because, like, all the items are in Pokeballs. But, like, No, you have to talk to the guy after you beat him, and then he'll be like, I'm gonna set the lift key right next to me, and like even when you, okay, so like when you go against the boss of this dungeon, like after you beat him, he drops an item, like, but you don't have to talk to him after you beat him for him to drop the item. He just drops it for you, even though he disappears, like he runs away, but he drops the item. But like still, you shouldn't have to talk to someone to get the item. Like, especially if it's just a random grunt trainer from the evil organization. Like, that's bad game design right there. I wonder how many people had to stop playing or look up a guide just because of that. In fact, I wonder, so I think I've like briefly mentioned this, like how to be a Pokemon Master book I have, which is just like a guide on how to beat Pokemon Red and Blue. I wonder if they mentioned that at all in the book. Because like I keep like foreshadowing I'm gonna mention the book for like the 7th gym area. And I will, trust me on that. Maybe I'll look up the book like in between this recording and next recording. I don't know if I'm gonna do a 3rd episode this recording just because like I feel like I'm running out of talking subjects. But I mean, like, I don't know, I was planning on talking about like Professor Layton last episode and I didn't even talk about that. And like the reason I wanted to talk about Professor Layton is because like, first of all, Lady Layton is gonna be on the Nintendo Switch, and like I'll probably get that, even though I have the 3DS one, and a lot of people who've played Lady Layton have said it's mediocre, and I haven't even opened my 3DS copy yet, because like I want to beat the 2 Professor Layton games on 3DS first, because even though Lady Layton is like a spin-off, and it's like not in chronological order, I was still like, man, I should probably like play those first, just for the hell of it. And so, like, I did like Miracle Mask, I think I already talked about that during this playthrough actually, maybe I did, but yeah, I just like went through the 6th game, which was a lot shorter than I expected it to be, but I think it will play like how I think Lady Layton's gonna be, just because like I heard that one's kind of like episodes or so, like just like short mysteries, and like Azure and Legacy, there's like a point where you just fly to 5 different places, and like they all have like, their own little story / mystery, and like they're cool, but like they all just take an hour. Give or take how long it takes you to do some of the puzzles. And like, I don't know, I feel like because like they're so like detached, is that the word? Unattached or something from like the main story, that like they don't feel compelling enough to like do. So like if Lady Layton is like that, I'd be like, you know, it's a mediocre game then, because like of the 5 like random stories, like one of them, I guess I'll just talk about them all, because like, what am I gonna talk about? I got like fucking like 10 more, no, not 10 more, like 8 more episodes of these to record. That's 4 more hours. What am I gonna talk about for 4 fucking hours? No, but like so one of the stories is like oh, you go to this tribe of people, and like the chief is just like wearing an item you need around his neck. Like all these places have an item you need. It's like this guy's wearing the thing around his neck, and like they're holding like a ceremony, and like they're trying to make him laugh or something, and so like somehow you figure out he needs glasses. Like of the 5 puzzles, I think like you can figure out all of them except for like this one. They were like, I didn't talk to like every single NPC, but like one guy was like oh, we need to make him a mask. I'm like, where did that come from? Like when did you mention like we should make a mask for him, or glasses or something? It was just like oh, I know what he needs, and then later it's like someone else is like oh, like this is how we're gonna make the mask. Like what? Okay, so that was like the worst one maybe. Then the second one is like you go to this island, and there's like people on the island like pass around the special item you're looking for, and so it's weird because like I guess like married people can pass it to non-married people, and like men can pass it to women, and vice versa for both of them. And so I guess like you have to try and figure out what that trend is, and then you have to figure out who has the item now. And so like you talk to the 6 most recent people that had the item, and then you have to figure out who they gave it to and who they received it from. But like they give like kind of vague descriptions, and like that one's it's a fun idea, but like I don't know, I didn't care about it. What was the 3rd one? That one was kind of dumb, but like it was kind of sad, but like kind of dumb. It was just like You go to this town that's being terrorized by a wolf, and the wolf's wearing the item around his neck, so it's like, how did he get that around his neck? And then you find out, like, I guess someone in the town, like, 80 years ago saved his life, and then gave him the necklace, or, like, he gave him the item around his neck as a necklace, and then as the wolf got bigger, then the necklace started to choke him because fucking no opposable thumbs. And so you have to figure out who gave him the necklace, because, like, if the wolf goes into the town, he will terrorize the people. Or, well, he won't, but everyone's afraid that he will. But, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like a sad ending, but it's like, it's just a fucking old lady and a wolf having, like, kind of a moment, but, like, not really. The fourth one is my favorite, because, like, that one, I don't know, like, I can, like, see everyone's point of view, and, like, everyone is, like, in the right, even though, like, the situation is in the wrong. Like, I'm still very vague with these descriptions, but, like, so this one is, like, there's this, like, this village that, like, sacrifices women sometimes to, like, quote-unquote, like, the Dragon Lord, which is just, like, a building with a dragon statue inside it, and, like, the building has, like, technology from a long time ago. It has, like, fans that, like, fuck up the air currents, so, like, sometimes, like, the city's just really fucking windy and tornadoes show up because it, like, shoves a shit ton of wind, like, towards the prevailing winds or something, and I guess that's how tornadoes are made. That's how babies are born. And, like, but, like, you don't know that until, like, the very end. But, like, so the village just, like, sacrifices women to the Dragon Lord in hopes that, like, it will calm the winds, and so, like, I guess, like, what happens is, like the women, they go in there, and then they turn into wind, because, like, the clothes that they wore are gone. But, like, there's actually a lady in the village that, like, dug a hole into the building that they go into, and, like, she'll help them escape. And then, like, the current lady who's been sacrificed, like, she doesn't want to escape. Like, she wants to, like, actually die in there so that people will see her dead corpse instead of just, like, the clothing. So then they'll be like, oh, this is all, like, a lie. Like, we've been living this lie. Like, we're terrible people. Like, we've been killing women. Even though, like, they actually haven't been. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's, like, it's a really cool idea of, like, a story where, like, you have all the pieces. Like, I thought it was, like, a Phoenix Wright kind of thing. Like, we're just like, wow, this is ridiculous. But, like, it just makes so much sense. That chapter, it's, like, called Hoogland, because it's, like, based in Holland. But, I mean, if you check that out, I would definitely check that out. I mean, Azran Legacy is not, like, a perfect game, but I thought the ending was really strong. Like, Miracle Mask, the ending wasn't strong. I mean, it was a good ending, but, like, I think, I don't know how I'd say it. Like, Azran Legacy, like, that, like, the moral and, like, the sad parts, I think, were a lot sadder in Azran Legacy than they were in Miracle Mask. But that's just me. That's also subjective stuff. And, like, the fifth chapter thing in Azran Legacy was, like, there's, like, a village where, like, all of the adults are, like, in a coma for a week. And, like, you have to figure out how to wake them up. But it turns out they all just, like someone fucked up the poison, or they fucked up the stew and actually accidentally put poison in there after, like, an adult swim kind of party thing going on. And so, like, I don't remember how you cure them, because it's, like, kind of abstract, or it's, like, you bring water in. Okay, there's a building with water inside it that's had water in there for millions of years, which, that doesn't make any sense to me, but they're like, hey, if we pour water into the river, we'll find the item. I don't know, it was kind of fucking dumb. Because, like, I couldn't take it seriously that there's just a building with water in it for a million years. Like, and when I say that the building has water in it, I mean, like, the fucking area of the entire building is encompassed in water. So, like, if you open the door, like, water will flood out. Like, you have a swimming pool size amount of water. Like, if you had a swimming pool and you put a roof on that, and then you put a door at the bottom, inside the pool, like, that's what the building is. That's what I mean when it's filled with water. 100% water. Or too much water, I should say. 7.8 out of 10. But yeah, we're getting to the end of this dungeon here. I finally found the key to get to the fucking elevator. And we just got, like, some guards guarding the door to the boss. And, yeah. Alright, so we've got one guy left here. Just one. I like how all the Team Rocket people have whips. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like a lot of the trainers have whips. I think like the Ace trainers, I think they're called Cool Trainers in this game or something. Like they have whips too. It's like, oh wait, so you're using the whip to train the Pokemon? I mean, like yeah, if you're training them, like maybe that's okay. But like yeah, whips, that's kind of crazy. But I don't know. All the other Pokemon games don't really do that. So I didn't fucking write. God damn it. So I think earlier I mentioned I sneezed or something, and like I was gonna write down the note for that, but instead of like writing down the time frame, I just fucking wrote episode 9. And like I was blowing my nose earlier. That's why there was like 15 seconds of silence. But yeah, I don't know. I'll just write like 25 blow nose or something. Because I keep mentioning this, like I have like the hottest room in my house. Like, okay, so during the winter it's the coldest room, and during the summer it's the hottest room. And it's because like I don't know if it's okay, so I don't know anything about anything, but like my door is like at the very end of the hallway. So like if you were to keep walking straight down the hallway, you would just walk right into my room. Like there's no like I'm not on the side. I'm like straight down. And I don't know if that means like heat or cold or something funnels through. But like, yeah, like if you go in my room compared to like all the other rooms on the side of the hallway, my room is like significantly hotter during the summer and like significantly colder during the winter. And like that's just not fun for me. And then like I mean I could go downstairs and record, but again like no flat screen. If I moved like, well I don't have access to that TV anymore, so never mind. As I said, like I could use like my old TV, which is like a super small flat screen. But I believe we put that in our camper because we like having a TV for camping. So yeah. But yeah, we're going against Giovanni because he's got that Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan. I thought that's how it's pronounced, Kangaskhan. But oh hey, we already beat him because I haven't been paying attention. But yeah, he is evil. He's like an actual mob boss. He's like, capiche? Capiche. And I see he drops that. He drops an escape, or no, I was thinking he dropped a escape robot. See, he drops the Silph Scope. I don't know why he's like, hey, here you go, kiddo. And then tussles you on the hair or something. Like, hey, you could be a good villain. But yeah, we got teleport for the very purpose of not needing escape ropes. And then I think I go to the mall to get some liquids. It'll make sense later on. But like, to get to... Okay, so you know how on the last episode, and then I think episode 4, there were points where I went on like underground tunnels to get from one city to another. Underground railroads, perhaps, who knows. But like, normally there is gates to the building, like behind them, and there's like a big city behind these gates. But they're all like, man, I'm so thirsty, like all 4 of the guys, and so like if you buy them a liquid, one guy will be like, I'm gonna share this with all 4 of them, even though it's just like 1 bottle of water. And then this girl here, like, so that vending machine has 3 liquids in it. If you give her one of each liquid, she'll give you a TM for those. So if you give her fresh water, you get Ice Beam, which will be... It's a good move. I think it's like base 90 or something, base 80 or 90. But I don't really use it a whole lot in this playthrough, just because, like, if I'm using a water type, I'll probably just be using a water type move. Because, like, Ice is only good against, like, Dragon, so it's going to be good against Dragon types, like, at the very end of the game. But, what else could Ice Beam be good against? Flying types, although... I don't know, there's not a lot of flying types in the post half the game, except for like the legendary birds, but I think 2 of them resist ice. So that's kind of useless then, it's just neutral, so you might as well just use a water type move. Although ice resists water too, so just don't use a Rocketer for that. But yeah, we're gonna go on the bike, give the fresh water to the Gate Guardian, and hop in a Pokemon Center so we can fly there later. And then fly to Lavender Town and really wrap up the episode, because this episode is done in like a minute and a half. My nose is leaking, but I can try and not make noise with the Kleenex box. We're just gonna keep rambling on. He's like, gee, thanks, glug glug, gulp. If you want to go to Saffron City, you can go on through. I'll share this with everyone else. But yeah, this is Saffron City. We'll be exploring that more on like episode 12 or something. Kind of a bit later. Trying to figure out where the Pokemon Center is. I'm like, who knows? But like, this is a city I hope if there's a Pokemon Yellow remake and like they remodel everything, I have high expectations for like what this city's gonna look like, because like it's just like a grid kind of, I guess, like an irrigation system, and that it's just like rows of buildings, and like you could have the buildings be like double-sided on a remake because it's like a 3D world. Because it would just be really weird if like you go through a street and then like one side has buildings and the other side you just see the back side of the buildings. But yeah, what else do I do here? Oh yeah, wait, do I go to the Pokemart? Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna pick up some Pokeballs or potions or something, right? Or no, I sell I don't know what I'm doing. But that's really it for this episode of Let's Play Pokemon Red. I hope you all enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a like to help the channel grow, subscribe to get updates on my uploads as soon as they happen. And until then, I'll see you next time, where we'll be going through Lavender Tower and another route. The bike path. I don't know if it's actually called the bike path or like route like 15 or something weird. But yeah, we're just gonna walk to the Pokemon Center or this building here. Bye. Or no, actually, we're like, fuck it, right here.